Township Board meeting. Can I have the minutes from November 8th, 2021?
Minutes of the Maple Valley Township meeting November 8, 2021. Board members present, Branson, Miller, Newell, Benson. Absent, Schwank was on a fire call. Trustee opened with the pledge at 7 and ran the meeting in the absence of the president. Reading of the minutes from October 11th, 2021. Motion by Newell, second by Miller to accept minutes. Motion passed. Treasurer's report. Balance in general fund is $379,058.71. Taxes will be sent out next week. Motion Newell, second Benson to accept treasurer's report. Motion passed. Clerk asked to pay consumers' energy bills online. Board agreed. County Commissioner report. Commissioner was not present at the meeting. Planning Commission report. Quotes for PA system. Andy received quotes for copies of a master plan for the PC board members with fold-out colored maps for reference. Motion by Newell to order 9 copies. Second by Benson. Motion passed. Andy Knapp will order for the board through Aeroswift. Coastal working on wind ordinance, and members shared what they had learned at their retreat. Still working on getting sound engineer quotes. Zoning report. 4 permits, 1 for a new house and barn on Marble Road, 1 for a new outbuilding on Ferguson Drive, and 1 for a new home on Masters Road. Assessor report, no report. Community center, no report. Fire board, Newell reported 1 call for a legal burn, and they received a grant for $3,500 to 2 new radios. Old business, COVID money has not been received yet. Board will have a public meeting when we receive the money and have more details of what we're allowed to spend on it that would benefit the township. Veterans Park, road commission work and website not discussed due to absence of supervisor. New business, motion by Miller, second by Newell to approve Connie Guthrie to the Board of Review to replace Kathy Benson. Motion passed. Deputy clerk appointment table till next meeting. Andy Knapp said that a Zoom meeting was a possibility for a sound engineer that might reduce the cost instead of having one at the meeting. Motion Newell, second Benson to pay bills for checks 8834 to 8858 in the amount of $14,167.04. Motion passed. Roundtable went from 7:16 p.m. to 7:46 p.m. Items discussed, lights for parking lot, Nicole Olson interested in deputy clerk. Light and Truffet and Coral request that the lawyer not be present at meeting unless it is voted upon at a previous meeting. Motion by Newell, second Benson to require a motion for attorney from Fahey to be present at meeting only if approved at previous meeting. Motion passed. Community Center hosting Santa on December 4th from 3 to 5 with hot chocolate and other goodies and a tree lighting. No internet service in the building. Questions on consumers' bills and why we have so many. Clerk will look into to make sure all are really owned by the township. Discussion on rental at Old School Bus Garage and how much money the township receives, and thoughts on short-term rental properties built. Clerk will have hours Monday from 10 a.m. to noon. Motion Newell, second Miller to adjourn. Motion passed. Meeting adjourned at 7:46 p.m. Respectfully submitted by Kathy Benson, clerk.
Any discussion? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Support. Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from November 8th, 2021. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Treasurer's report.
In the general fund, we have $504,768.26, and we got the COVID money, it was $102,000. And everybody's probably thrilled I sent taxes out.
I did a little dance.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
So moved. Support.
Been moved and seconded to approve the treasurer's report. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Any additions to the agenda from anyone? I got some stuff, we'll just go through it as we go along here, so. Correspondence, I received some more letters from the board, all of us did, about COVID monies. So we're keeping track of all those, and we'll get into that more later. Report from County Commissioner Kathy. She must have went to Pine again, hopefully. Planning, Roger.
Thank you. We've got a couple of signatures to approach. Estimate here on the sound engineer, something to go over. As far as the meeting, we kinda held back on a lot of it, I'd like to try and get that sound engineer in, so we can get something going on what the sound, should be at.
So this is just an hourly rate that they charge?
Yes,
And Roger, who were those from?
ADD,
Just one? I did hear back from the one that I had, contacted as well, and he sent an email with attachments that I can send to the board and to the planning commission with, information that explains a lot of things to help, and then I have his resume here and his, consult fee as well.
Okay.
we had also talked on, Robert's rules orders, rule of orders, so we can, all get kind of used to the way the meetings are supposed to be run. We talked about sending a survey to the residents, and, what our master plan goes over, and kind of dragging our feet a little bit, because that way we can get the master plan, and we all go over the master plan. That way we can figure out what we wanna do. I mean, we're making a law with this ordinance for the land. I'd like to make it the best that we can.
So you, as a board, have you guys discussed these two proposals?
I haven't done, I knew Andy was getting over, I did not discuss any of it yet.
So is that something you guys wanna discuss at your next meeting and give a recommendation to us and
I would
kinda
think
get it narrowed down? They're both of them about $200 an hour, so that's for them to be here for the most part, it looks like.
Well, I really, it doesn't matter where we get it from, as long as we can get somebody so that we can kinda keep going on this. I mean, I don't wanna drag our feet too long. I think we're supposed to have the master plan books.
We should, yeah, I didn't hear back from Mike yet, Aerosmith, to find out what he's doing, but we should have them fairly soon.
I mean, that's Maine, right?
And he would be assuming, like I said, Robert Rand emailed, a whole bunch of information, that I can share with the board and, with the planning commission. They're kind of like things, he is a acoustic engineer. He is an expert in sound, he's been doing it for 42 years. And so basically just sound in general, not just about wind. So that's,
Kinda like the other one, they're not
So-
with anybody, they don't do any sound, projects, they're just a consultant.
Oh, they're up Grand Rapids even. I guess that'd be my thoughts, what do you guys think? They look at their next meeting and decide who,
Yeah. I think
try to nail down a better,
Yep.
how long we're talking their involvement is and.
Now, Andy, you said you were gonna get the master plan soon, is that
yeah,
before your next meeting?
They're copying them right now, so we should have them before the next
Okay.
meeting, is my anticipation.
Yeah.
That everyone should have them probably before the holiday, I would hope.
I would say wait until our next meeting to decide on that.
I've got copies of that, you've got copies of it.
Okay. So we'll leave it at that, you guys will come back to the next meeting with your recommendation on who you wanna go with and a ballpark figure on what it's gonna cost us then. Sound good?
Yep.
Andy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alrighty, anything else, Roger?
Well, that pretty much covers what we want with this, so basically some of the questions we'd like to put in the surveys. Just trying to keep things moving.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Looked on the website if anybody had questions they want us to see on it. If we'll put it on the website so we could get a copy of them.
Okay. They give that to you? Okay.
I just have to get it on there.
Is there,
Okay.
just a question, is there any way we can get somebody to, I don't know if Kathy wants to do it, because she's got enough on her plate, but somebody to take over the website, seems how you're busy all the time to,
Kathy's volunteered to take it over and she's been running it, so,
alright.
she's got her, been keeping it up to date, so.
And I also emailed Kathy the draft ordinance so far, the date on there, and it has a draft watermark, so she can put it on there so people can read it and understand where we're at at this point with the wind ordinance.
Sounds good. Anything else from planning?
Oh, that's it.
Alrighty, zoning administrator, Dave rolled his Jeep Friday night, so he is not moving too well, so he actually said he's gonna go to the doctor tomorrow because he's been dragging it out, but he knocked himself unconscious and was drinking swamp water upside down, I guess.
Oh my
Totaled
God.
his Jeep, so
By his house?
somewhere's up that way, yeah. I didn't even tell me exactly where, but you could tell in his voice he wasn't feeling good. He was pretty sore, so it totaled his Jeep, and that's just a soft top, so I'm sure when he went in the water, it
Oh.
dumped him a couple times, so. He's not with us tonight anyway, so. He had 3 permits for a lean-to, a fence, and a pole barn, he said, so. Moving on from there, Michael Beach called me, he's at home with a stomach flu. But he said he will make it to the board review on Thursday night, that's at 6:15, that's for clerical year-end finish-up stuff. And we also, the state has a mandatory, refresher course for the new stuff coming out in January. So we need to have all the board review members attend that. There's 2 different, Acosta County actually is putting on a class for it, so it's $50 for the township to send up everybody to go to that for the 4 of them. 4, 3, and me is 4, and Michael 5 of us. So, that's either, we can go either Saturday, January 29th, or Wednesday, February 2nd. So Thursday, when I get there, I'll figure out what's gonna work for all of us to go up, try to go up as a group, so.
I don't know, he didn't say.
Where's the board of review at?
Here in the office. So, but yeah, I'd entertain a motion to approve to spend the $50 for the, mandatory training for the board review.
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and seconded to spend $50 for the board review to be trained in Acosta County. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. Alright. Let's see, community center, I haven't heard from Kathy, I know she had a couple rentals, they had a Christmas party with Santa over here and another rental. But she didn't get back with me today, so. Fire board, Ben,
There were 4 runs in Maple Valley. There was a camper fire, 2 vehicle accidents, and an electrical hazard. We're still waiting on delivery for the tender truck. They're talking about February for getting the chassis and to start building it, so,
hopefully,
yeah,
till they push it out again.
because of COVID. So.
Anything else, sir?
That's it.
That's it? Alright, thank you. Old business, COVID money. We did receive our first payment of $102,156.50. We're gonna set up a separate account in the bank for that money, because we have to keep it all tracked for the state and how we spend it, what we spend it on, so that's gonna get set up into a separate account. I don't think so. We can if you want to. Kathy, what's that? She was wondering if we should have a motion for that, to set up a separate account, so. If you guys wanna,
I'll motion to make a separate account for that money.
alright? It's been moved and seconded to set up a COVID account at the credit union. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion passed. I've been getting a lot of recommendations on park improvements, community center work, office work, lighting for the parking lot, painting the bus garage and pavilions. I guess anybody who got some ideas and stuff, we're gonna put a list on the website that the accountant give us as some preliminary stuff we can use the money for. Provide police, fire, or public service, safety, maintenance of infrastructure, spending for building new infrastructure, including roads, bridges, township halls, fire stations, or other building construction, including new or expansions, park or outdoor recreational facilities, installation, maintenance of utilities, modernization of cybersecurity, including hardware, software, and protection of critical infrastructure, election equipment, mapping systems of the programs, and environmental remediation. Plus you can do a bunch of stuff like, equipment for the fire departments or stuff like that if we had a fire department still on our own. So yeah, so anybody that's got any ideas or thoughts, why don't you email me right now? And we'll start combining the list and start getting some quotes and thinking about what we wanna do, so. We've got 4 years or 5 years to spend the money, so we don't wanna jump right in crazy, but we might as well start getting thoughts and taking care of with it. Anybody else got anything on their COVID money? Veterans Park, that's been pushed back, the judge put it off again, so I would guess sometime after the first year, we'll start doing the court hearing on that. Road commission work is all done for the year, so they've been out doing a little bit of grading here in the mud and stuff I see, but other than that, we should be all good. We had the MTA meeting the other night, or last week in, Maple Valley and Pearson Township sponsored it. It was held at Settlement Lutheran Church in Gowan. The road commission pays for that dinner, and they're the main speakers for it. And they put on a pretty good talk. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff's gonna go up. The chloride money's gonna be the same, but they figured asphalt's gonna go up 5 to 10%. But with their COVID money, if they get some of it, they're gonna try to give us more, so they're gonna match funds again this year like they did this last year. So Mark will be around sometime January, February, meet with me and, throw out their ideas, and we'll start talking as a board what we wanna work on for roads for next year. New business, there was questions about the deputy clerk and how that works. The deputy clerk is appointed by the clerk, just like the treasurer's is or the supervisor's is if I have one. So that's Kathy's choice and who she appoints for that position at this time. So, we're all good there. She's appointed, Shirley as her deputy.
Can I ask a
That-
question about that?
Huh?
What happens if Kathy's sick, and we all know Shirley was never here from November to March to begin with, so if Kathy's sick, who's gonna do it if Shirley's not around? Why wouldn't somebody be appointed that is actually gonna be around here?
Shirley's got 20-some years of knowledge on her head.
Didn't she resign?
I realize that,
She
but I'm asking,
retired, yes.
Okay.
I'm just asking why it wouldn't be, I realize she has, but
And-
Kathy didn't have 20-some years when she became deputy clerk.
Right.
I would prefer somebody who has that knowledge, because if I get somebody who's new and I'm new, I'm sure something's gonna get missed, and I would like to draw on her knowledge from the last 20 years.
I get
Down
that.
the road at some time, I probably will choose a different deputy, but right now I would like to have her as
But my point is, if something, say you're sick, or say you have to quarantine for COVID for 2 weeks or whatever, you've set office hours. Is Shirley gonna fly in from Florida to do your office hours? If a deputy clerk is supposed to work, from what we were told, and back in March, the deputy clerk's supposed to do 10 hours a month. Is Shirley doing 10 hours a month?
She's handling a lot of the cemetery stuff for me, and I can call her anytime, so she has a computer down there that she can do things from there if she has.
But if you can't be here, is she gonna be here?
We'll cross that bridge when
Office hours aren't mandatory, so.
I didn't say they were, but
No, I'm
she's
just
told
saying,
us that she would give us
If she was home
office
sick
hours.
for a day, we'll post it on the door that she couldn't make it in, and we'll go from there, but, so. All right, other new business, the bus garage, it is full, everybody come back again from last year. So I think I got 13 different things in there, I will have a total, and I got the last 2 checks coming in yet. And I'll get them to June and get a total here shortly, so. Reading of the bills, check numbers, you can write that down, you can get a copy. Oh. 8859 through 8883, in the amount of $36,434.81. I entertain a motion to pay the bills.
Pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills with the corrections to checks A863 and A864, they just need to be switched around.
Oh, they were listed?
Yeah,
On the
they were
sheet
listed
back
wrong.
there. Okay. Alright, so So it's been moved and supported to pay the bills. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Items of interest, anybody at the board got anything?
Microphone stuff.
Yeah, planning's talked about buying a microphone and stuff. I can see that coming, but I'm wondering if we wanna hang on to that for a little bit till we spend COVID money on it. So,
You can't hear at the meetings,
can't hear at the meetings.
especially the planning meeting, you can't hear.
That's why I set up this way, I think it's a little better this way. Even with the heat on, I haven't had nobody yell and throw a fit yet, so I figured.
Well, the thing that Kathy was just saying, because
Oh.
and enunciate, push out your diaphragm. Need people to hear you.
I mean, how much is a microphone? You can't do that.
Well, the quote here they got is like $700 or $800, but, let me look around, see what else I can come up with then too, maybe if we wanna do
I found a
something.
couple PA systems on Amazon that other townships are using, they were like $75. I mean, and they work great.
So, I'll check around and see what I can come up with for something for next month, so. All right, the other items of interest from anybody here? If not, we'll open up the roundtable. So, anybody got anything for roundtable?
Penny Bassett, Maple Valley Township. You had said the bus garage and you were gonna get the checks to June. Is that gonna start being put on here? Cause nobody even knew until last month that the bus garage was being rented. As far as township, not saying you guys didn't, as far as township people, nobody knew it, but yeah, for over a year, it said community center on here that wasn't rented. If the bus garage was being rented all that time, shouldn't that be on the agenda also with the amount coming in? Like,
It just goes into general fund, just like a rental for this place does.
but it's still on here, cause it
Okay.
goes into general fund. Shouldn't what comes in for the bus garage rental be on here
It will
also?
be, it's $12 a foot for the season. I've got 13 different things in there, it'll be about $4,000 we take in.
Well, that's what I'm asking. I just feel it should be put in the agenda just like the community center is, so that everybody knows and it's out in the open and in the minutes. And is there, I know you said it's full, but is there a rental application online like there is for the community center in case it comes up that,
For the 20 years we've been doing it, it's almost all the same people every year, so they just seem to be packing it up, so we haven't done the advertising of it. Cause I just have the same people come back year after year with it, so.
and what about the old fire department or whatever? Does that get rented out at all?
Just here,
No, in Trufen, is that still used for fire equipment over there?
no, that was sold to that was part of the package to the fire district. When we bought
Oh,
in.
okay, but this one was already sold here in Coral, wasn't it?
No, we still own this building.
Oh, does that get rented out then?
That's leased out to the road commission.
Okay, and that should probably be on here too if we're getting funds for it, so the township knows.
Okay.
If possible, please, I'm just asking that they get added so that it's, like, everybody knows that way.
Yep.
There's discussion too, they might actually buy it.
Well,
They'll be kicked around.
right, but until that point, if we're, I mean, I don't know how much they
If
lease
you're
it
making
for,
money
but.
off it, it should be in here.
If you go back in the minutes someplace a couple of years ago, when they started leasing it from us, it's in there, I'm sure what their lease is for their yearly lease, so.
Right, well, I just
I don't know
wondered
right
if
off
it
my head,
was,
but.
like, put in here so that it gets addressed like the community, I mean, the community center's gotten addressed every month, even though it wasn't rented.
You know,
I just kinda think that should be, or the bus garage, if there was money coming in, then it should be.
I forgot my list tonight, or I had you a pretty good pull for it tonight, but I forgot it at home, so.
If it could just be added to the agenda would be great, so that we all know when it
Yep.
comes about every month.
Well, no,
Thank you.
and like I said, it's just a once a year thing, cause they're put in there for 6-8 months, well, I shouldn't say that. I got a couple guys that run it in the summertime, put their pontoon boat trailers in there just to have a place to put them out there for the summer, so. Pretty much it's been a fall rental kind of deal for the winter time, so. But you can't even walk through there, it's packed right door to door, so.
But yeah, if we could just all know what's coming in, it would be, not make township feel like more stuff's being hid from them. Cause that's kind of what it felt like last month when all of a sudden, no, that gets rented out. There were some of us that didn't even know there was a bus garage there, to be honest with you.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault we don't know, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
but I just wondered if it could be just added. Huh?
That bus garage was dead in there.
Never actually lived in Trufen, and honestly, Tyler bought the school in Truett, I'd never even been in it. So, or even down that road, Denny and Tyler have done humongous great things with that school over there and for the community. And until,
Craft Arts are quite a success.
yeah, and
They really enjoyed it.
until they got that, I never even had ever been in that school. So, no, I wasn't born and raised in Truett.
Yes, ma'am.
Janet Wilson, Maple Valley. I just wondered if, there's any time frame of when this mess is gonna be cleaned up next to the bar where the elevator used to be?
That's all being handled by the health department and the building department, because it was condemned, that's all there.
Is there a lot of, like, contamination or something?
No, it's just slow workers. He's an Amish he moved to Nashville and doesn't come up, and then he got hurt, he got run over or something, broke both of his legs, and it's been quite a struggle, so. I've talked to him a couple times about it, there's nothing we can do from our end, it's in their ballpark now. As soon as they enforce it, they say you gotta have it done by this time, then, it'd be done, but at this point, they're not doing it.
It seems like this community has a lot of trash in their yards and stuff, and I don't understand why, somebody can go out and tell people they can only have 3 chickens, but they can't make sure that they get rid of the trash in their yards. I'm serious.
And those complaints now have to go to the sheriff's office, and they're gonna start dealing with that, so.
Well, we keep hearing that.
So, they said they're getting calls over there, the sheriff told me the other night when I talked to him last, so. But he's still 10 deputies behind on what he wants to get, so. But,
They've got 9 more to hire.
go ahead.
Carrie Edgerly, I live on County Lake. Does the township ever do, I know a lot of the communities, they do like a cleanup day where one Saturday or one day a year or twice a year where people can come and basically get rid of their junk. I mean, we see it around here.
It's in the works, we're gonna try to work that into our budget for this next year, that's what the plan is, so.
Okay,
Got some volunteers right here in the front that's gonna man it.
Not no more, we tried last year and you put us down and wouldn't let us do anything, so then you find out
Anyway,
about
Well,
it.
it's really needed, I know.
We're gonna work on it for this next year.
Coral looks pretty, it's pretty sad, so, and I think all of us would benefit from being able to get rid of and recycle at the same time.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you.
Anybody else for round table?
The moratorium on the wind ordinance is coming up, does that have to go back to you, or when is that? Should be extended or cut off or something, I think it's February.
I'd say February, March, so. So yeah, we'll come back to us again and decide what we're gonna do from there, where we're at in the process.
So we're gonna, Andy's making copies, we're gonna do it the next meeting, see if it's pretty well the way we want it or not, so.
Anybody else?
Addresses on, where you're building or building and that fence and stuff, you have addresses on that area?
I do not. You're talking about the ones that were turned in tonight?
Yes.
Cause he was gonna give an address.
Yeah, but I didn't get them from him. I didn't push him anymore. He just told me I had 3, so.
I'm Gordon Bassett from Maple Valley Township. Mr. Swan, I'm curious as the distance between your pole barn and your senior facility, along with the distance between the pole barn and your property line.
What's your question?
What's the distance between your pole barn and your,
10 foot.
don't look like 10 foot from the road?
You can bring a tape measure out and measure any day you want. It was staked out that way by Dave and builders when they did it, so. And there's, I forget, there's 15 or 20 foot off the backyard, so.
Alrighty.
Anybody else? Mr. Colson?
Yeah, John, here, I'd like to ask you here a couple meetings ago, you ended the meeting that y'all can come back and yell at us next month. How do we get to that point? You were in bed with Apex 2.5 years before most of us ever knew about this. Was you ever gonna let us know? How was you gonna let us know? You could have put it in, taxes and this and that. You know, John, we feel like we've been deceived. You've deceived us. You failed to do your job to protect us, health, safety, and welfare. Is that how is that in the bylaws, deceit, dishonesty?
Thank you, sir.
I'm not done.
Finish up.
You know, we would like to have you resign. That's dishonest. We're not gonna take all this lawyer bills. When are we gonna be at $500,000 like we got in the budget? It's gonna be gone. You're gonna break this community. You don't think you ought to resign, John? Very dishonest. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you. Anyone else?
You saw Joe Hanson, Sydney Township. You signed the oath to sit there, to be in office, to look out for the health and safety of the people in this community. And if you're gonna go for big win, you're not looking out for the health and safety of this community. Obviously, people are voicing their concerns about big win, and you're ignoring it. You wanna make your little old money or whatever you wanna do, but you signed the oath, take care of the people in the community. And the people in the community are voicing their concern. I'd say over 90% of the people in the community are saying, we don't want this. And you're not listening. Instead, you're gonna waste money on lawyers. Taxpayers' money. People in this community. Yeah, I'm from Sydney Township, but I'm from Montcalm County. You're wasting everybody's taxpayers' money. If you don't listen to your community, like he says, you should resign. You shouldn't be sitting there. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you. Anybody else? Ms. Robin?
On the agenda here on the back for bills, you've got 2 payments to Fahey. I take it that the first one was for his October meeting. You paid him on 11/15, $4,108. And then again, you paid him $2,633.80 for December 6th. We were at 30,000, and with these 2, we're going to 36 now.
You know those 2 are right now? The one for the Bassett case?
Some part of it was.
I think so.
500 was for the Bassett case on from what I remember looking at the bills on the 2600. So I think 570, and then the rest was for FOIA requests and things like that. I don't remember what the $4,100 was.
Exactly. So is Kyle Fahey on the Bassett case,
He's
and
represented,
you're spending the township money to pay him for that?
we had to have representation. It's required. I can't get into